I think the point with the deal was basically just line up as many talented starters as we could. We feel like, I think we've got depth and we've got quality, and I think that'll be a conversation here for the next, few weeks and months with Jace, Larry, myself, and a bunch of people overall throughout the organization, how we want to do it. Again, he's obviously been a guy that's he's been very talented. He was a high draft pick, and was on a very successful Astro team, and then here the last few years with the traded for Garrett Cole. And I think for us, like, he's been one of the better pitchers we feel like in the league, and we also feel like he's a guy that's still got some more upside in his performance. I think really the last month of last season, I think that's what we're hoping to tap into. Went out, I think it was 5 walks and 38 strikeouts or so. But yeah, he's a physical right-hand pitcher. He's a really good athlete. He can spin 2 breaking balls. He fields his position well. He's got multiple weapons and ways to get people out, and I think there's a lot to like there. So I think from that standpoint, he was a guy that really our whole front office group really was pushing for throughout the offseason. We were able to line up here the last 24 hours on. At the end of the day, it's all about getting pieces that fit and the right guys from a talent and makeup standpoint. I think with Joe, again, like, he's being from San Diego, I think there's a motivation there. A guy that knows the city. He's Padre fan. He grew up there, and I think from his standpoint, wanting to win for his hometown club. I think that was, we viewed that as a positive. It definitely wasn't the deciding factor in the deal, but it was definitely a positive, him being here and wanting to do something in his hometown team and being excited about being in the city that he loves with the team. When I talked to him here in the last hour, a team he's very clearly excited about playing for. In order to win, you need really a lot of talented pitchers and really stacking guys that can pitch in the front of a rotation. So I think from that standpoint, I think it speaks to like the depth and quality in the farm system. I think, in terms of some of the trades we've been able to make and still maintain, what we think is one of the best farm systems in the game. I think we feel like it's not just the 5 starters that are, that people are talking about that have experience at the big league level, but we have a lot of belief and faith and excitement with, some of the other pitchers that are going to be in camp: Mackenzie Gore, Ryan Weathers, Adrian Morihone, who was on our club last year and a big piece of our club last year. Other guys coming in the system like Reese Kinnear, Efrain Contreras. So, again, like, it's been a point of focus from us from day one is develop starters, acquire starters, trade for starters. We feel like, again, like, that's what wins games, that's what wins championships and gets you in the playoffs is quality starting pitching. And, we feel like we've accumulated a good pitching staff and a good starting pitching staff for sure. All of these moves, there's really, they've all been tailored. I think the part that we've liked, and the reason why we've given up young talent, is because the moves are geared towards, players that have, 2-3 years of control, 4 or 5 years of control in some standpoint. It's not the all in to try to win in one season. I think we're looking at, this is something we want to be year in, year out competitive. That's what fans respond to, and that's the goal of our front office, is every single year to look up and say we have a chance to play into October. So I think that's been the biggest part of these moves and these deals, is trying to make sure that the players we get back are going to play, having multiple years, multiple pennant races, et cetera. And Dinelson, he's had a very good off season. So I think this is, again, I think it's geared towards, again, like, feeling like this is going to be a 160 game season. You're going to need a lot of starting pitchers, and also just, in general, like, you probably can never have enough quality starters. I think, we feel like that's a big part of it. I think with Musgrove, again, like having him there, along with Darvish and Snell and Lamet, we want to look up and have a guy that every single night when you look down and you look at the matchup, you feel good about it. So I think it was a more product of that than, anything, there's not anything that we know from a health standpoint with Dinelson Lamet that, is going to come out in the next couple of days. Like, this is, we're in the same spot throughout the off season. He's passed every test we've had. We'll get into spring training, and he's going to be, a guy that we'll let go out and pitch. And, I think it's just more of adding to his strength and, feeling like we had a chance to add a real talent and build a real pitching staff. So that was really the whole motivation behind the deal.